John.
Ron.
How are you today, sir?
I am quite well.
That's good.
Yes.
It's not often that I just run into you out here in the wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's this and that one weird time at Walmart, but
It's true.
no.
I'm not allowed back in that men's room, so you are safe after that. So, where are we today?
We are in Kansas City at Kansas Fest. The
The
place where
Sylvan-
the Apple IIs still live, yes.
Yeah, the Sylvan campus of Rockhurst University.
Yes.
Where Apple II still lives.
Still lives, yes.
Well, I'm very excited. I'm so glad to be here. I was very excited to see you out here in the
Yes.
hallway. I had no idea that you were going to be here.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
very pleased to see you. Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
You've done your show
Yes.
since about 6 weeks before Apple incorporated as a company.
It's been what, 14 years?
Yeah.
More maybe. We're almost up to 700 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more year and we'll hit that mark, I think. Yeah.
That's a good long time.
Yeah.
My question is, how do you keep the pace up, and how do you keep coming up with new content every week? You guys have really good segments.
Yeah.
But can you maybe talk about like the process of how you decide like what we're going to talk about each week? And all that?
Sure. Well, sometimes it's we do have a plan ahead. Sometimes we forget we've done it already and we just do it again, and then Derek Warren reminds us that we already did that episode.
Sure.
That's okay.
Right.
Sometimes it's going to be things you talk about when you pick up at places like Kansas Fest. Thank you, Ron.
Hey, you're welcome.
So yeah, stuff like that. James has a really extensive collection of stuff, not just computers, but just the things around Apple Computer. So there's always a lot of stuff to talk about.
Oh.
And of course, being doing the show for about 14 years, that's 14 years of time that things have gotten retro.
That's right. So you get new content every week just by the passage of time.
It just happens.
Yeah. So what do you think? Actually, and this is the big thing I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you showed something kind of neat that you got here, but this was the real question I wanted to ask.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think about this idea that Intel Macs are now retro or classic Macs?
Yeah. I mean, so we've been doing this show, I think, long enough that this is the second time this has happened to us, because I still think PowerPC was the thing when we started the show.
Yeah.
So now it's M1 or M2 and M2 Pro.
M2 Pro Ultra.
Yeah. They're going to start running out of
Yeah, like
electric
additional
boogaloo.
Yeah, you're right. Extra adjectives to tack on the end.
Yeah.
So, does it bother you though that
So-
it's that idea that it's this thing that's so new?
Well, all right. So I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, how often has Apple done something and everyone's like, "Well, that was the stupidest thing in the world."
Yeah.
You got rid of the floppy port. That was the stupidest thing in the world.
Right.
I mean, it has to happen. But that doesn't mean that I don't think it's like the stupidest thing in the world right now, because let's face it, one of the cool things about the fact that, I mean, even PC World, when the MacBook Pro came out, they said, this is the best thing to run Windows on. This is the best PC laptop.
Right.
Because you could do that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
I don't even think VMware-wise you can do that. I know supposedly there's a version of Windows 11 that will run on ARM.
Right.
But that's baby steps. Hopefully
Yeah,
that means
sure,
it'll
right.
it'll be back to being able to do that again for those people that need to do that.
That's true.
Yeah.
But does it hurt you? Does it hurt you that this has happened? And it's like, because I remember when PowerPC came out, it felt like kind of a betrayal of
Really?
all this, all of this stuff
okay.
that I had involved with like 68K Macs and stuff. That it was like, oh my gosh, now we got to do this new thing.
Right. Well, all right. So, but here's the great thing: we're still using our G3s. We're still using our 68K. Those computers are still around.
Mm-hmm.
People like this are still making them usable.
Right.
So yeah, it changes, but it doesn't mean that it means our old stuff is no longer useful.
It's true.
Yeah.
And so it's really a state of mind.
Yeah, yeah.
It only bothers you if you let it. I
There's
guess.
growing pains, and then everything's fine, and you're used to that thing until the next time they come up with whatever the next thing is. Yeah.
Well, John, thank you so much for talking to me today. And
Absolutely.
again, I wish you another successful 750 million episodes.
That sounds great. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, sir.
All right.